Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvay Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So, would like to welcome His Grace Baladev Prabhu. And just to give a brief introduction to Baladev Prabhu. Baladev Prabhu is one of the very senior disciples of His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj. Baladev Prabhu, he is graduate in physics, either, and for last over 2 decades, he has been, dedicated his life in the service of Guru and the mission of Srila Prabhupada. He actually has multiple roles to play in Chopadi temple. But those of you who have been to yatras, especially the yatras organized by Chopadi temple, he is one of the team members who actually organizes the yatras. And also he has collected a lot of information on yatras and the different dhams. And those of you who have seen, I think Radhavala Prabhu shared the website also. So he has collected a lot of information on different holy dhams. So if you want to visit any holy dham, you can actually visit the website and take advantage to visit those different holy places. And he's also the zonal secretary for GBC, Radha Swami Maharaj, in India and many places in Maharashtra. So he assists in overseeing and also helping the devotees, you know. Um, and for last, I think, 15 years, he have been traveling a lot in India, and recently he started traveling outside of India also, and he comes to this is his second trip to US. Before pandemic he had come once, but now this is second trip, and hopefully we'll see him more often. So thank you very much, Baldev Prabhu, and we hope that you keep Northern California in the radar of your mercy. Hari Hari. So with this, we would like to welcome Baldev Prabhu by loudly calling out, Haribo! Haribo! Haribo!
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'd like to thank first of all Radha Vallabh Prabhu and Hamsapriya Mataji for hosting this program. Haribo! Right, we have said Yamuna Tira Vanachari. There is no Yamuna, there is swimming pool here. On the banks of the swimming pool, which is Radha Vallabh and Hamsapriya Kunda maybe. We are having a small program, Association of Devotees. I'll begin it's a unique introduction which I am getting here, this part of the world. They are introducing more of my in person as someone who has collected a lot of information on Dham. So I'll keep that information in introduction intact and begin with some information from the Dham. I'll take you to Guruvayur. You heard about Guruvayur? Guruvayur is in Kerala. It's a very beautiful temple of Lord Krishna. How many of you have been to Guruvayur? Raise your hands. How many of you want to go to Guruvayur? Raise your hands. So Guruvayur temple, the deity of Krishna, was personally worshipped by Guru, that is Brihaspati, and Vayu, that is Lord Vayudev. They both worshipped this deity and got this deity to that place, and therefore this place became Guruvayur, and the Lord is called Guruvayur Appan. Appan means the Lord, the Lord of Guru and Vayu. And the place where Guruvayur is worshipped in Kerala, it is the same place where Lord Shiva, he instructed to Prachetas. We heard from Srimad Bhagavatam, we read, when the Prachetas were sent by their father Prachini Barisha that you're going to be the king, you should go and do some tapasya, right? And become righteous. So they were thinking which place they should go. So they came to a very beautiful lake and they decided to enter the lake and do tapasya. But they wanted some guidance, so they're earnestly praying for some guidance, some help. And in from that pond, that lake, came Lord Shiva and instructed the Prachetas. Prachetas then went inside the pond, inside the lake, and they did tapasya, and Lord Narayan came and blessed them. So that pond where Lord Shiva, which was a personal pond of Lord Shiva, Prachetas where they performed tapasya and received the mercy of Lord Narayan. That very place is Guruvayur now, and they have a tank. Now it's very small compared to the lake before, and that is the place where Guruvayur is now standing and giving darshan. And this Guruvayur deity, we can reduce the sound. So this Guruvayur deity was worshipped by Mother Devaki in Dwarka. So there is a lot of connection with the deity here. Anyways, I'll come to the pastime later. The first thing I want to connect with this deity is when Mother Devaki, she was in Dwarka and she felt that she got a chance to uh, see the pastimes of Krishna after Krishna came to Mathura from Vrindavan. So she got a chance to see Krishna's marriage, Krishna's education, but she didn't get chance to see Krishna's childhood, which Mother Yashoda got. Such a unique thing. I just all of you, I just told now, how many of you want to wish to go to Guruvayur? The reason is that if we have desire, then there is a chance of fulfillment of the desire. So while Mother Yashoda she got a chance to serve Krishna as in a childhood. Mother Yashoda missed Krishna's marriage. So Mother Yashoda had a strong desire that she wanted to actually experience Krishna's marriage. So it is said, I was reading this in Tirupati Balaji's story. This Mother Yashoda came as Bakula Devi, and she was the one who arranged the marriage of Lord Srinivas with Padmavati. So Mother Yashoda didn't experience the marriage of Krishna, so in the next incarnation or next pastime, she got a chance. Meanwhile, Devaki, she got everything, but she didn't get the childhood pastimes of Krishna. So one day she called Krishna and said, I have never witnessed your childhood pastimes. I only heard about them. That you used to run, and Mother Yashoda used to run after you to catch you because you should steal the butter. And so I wanted to see those pastimes. So Krishna said, well, I can show you in Dwarka, but it has to be a very secret darshan, right? You have to make sure that all these doors and windows are closed, and then I can show you those pastimes. So with all the doors and windows of her room closed, Krishna appeared as a small childhood boy, and Mother Yashoda, Mother Devaki as Mother Yashoda would run after that small boy, and Krishna would run from here and there, steal butter and all. So while all this was going on, Rukmini peeped in, and Rukmini saw that beautiful form of Krishna as a small childhood boy. So when the whole thing was over, private darshan is done. When Krishna came back, it is said, Rukmini told Krishna that I peeped in and saw that darshan of your small childhood boy. I want to worship that as a deity. So Krishna personally cowed a deity and gave it to Rukmini to worship. And this deity, which Rukmini was worshipping, when the whole Dwarka got submerged, the deity also went in the bottom of the ocean. And Krishna inspired Guru and Vayu, Brihaspati and Vayudev, that you should take this deity and worship it. And then when Brihaspati came and he saw the whole Dwarka submerged, where is the deity? He sat in meditation, and Vayudev then created some tsunami like such thing which the deity came out, and they both took the deity and came to Guruvayur. So very ancient traditional deity of Lord Krishna. So this Guruvayur is a place of many great Vaishnavas. Just like we know that when we go to Maharashtra, Pandharpur, then we immediately remember devotees like Tukaram Maharaj, then devotees like Narhari Sonar, Kanho Patra. There are different devotees. Go to Gujarat, then Narsi Mehta is there, right? Famous deity, famous devotee who wrote this beautiful song, Vaishnava Janato Tene Kahi. And then we go to south, then there are Kanakadas, Purandradas, and so many devotees in the north side also. So this Guruvayur temple had one devotee whose name was Pundanam. So Pundanam was very immersed and absorbed in hearing and reading Bhagavatam. He was a well-known Bhagavad Kathakar. So very close to Guruvayur, not very far away, but there was across the river an ancient temple of Lord Shiva. And this temple of Lord Shiva was quite unique because this temple remained closed throughout the year. Only on a certain occasion, for 7 days, the temple would open. And then people would come from very far off places to take the darshan of Lord Shiva because only 7 days in the year this temple will be open. So one particular year, the organizers of this Shiva temple, they decided to call Pundanam to give a Bhagavad Katha those 7 days. So Pundanam came all the way from Guruvayur, crossed the river, came to this temple, and he sat down on the Vyasasan with his Bhagavatam which he was carrying. And because he was so immersed in Bhagavatam, he just opened the Bhagavatam spontaneously. And whatever comes, I'll speak on that. And he opened, and it was on the page, the chapter where there is a Prema Kalaha, The loving quarrel between Krishna and Rukmini, where Krishna is teasing Rukmini that why you got married to me, no one knows me, I'm a completely strange person. People are, even my devotees, they are not able to understand me. Those kind of things. And Rukmini is like, she is very shy when she starts crying. That whole chapter. So Pundanam begins to speak on that chapter. So around 2-3 hours he speaks on that chapter, and then he decides that now we should stop this class. We'll continue tomorrow because it's a 7 day program. So he decides, let me go. So he keeps the Bhagavatam, closes the Bhagavatam, puts the bookmark on the next chapter, keeps it there, and goes away. He doesn't carry his Bhagavatam. He thinks, let it be here only because, anyways, I'm going to come here. So he goes, the next day he comes and he opens the book, and lo and behold, he had kept the bookmark on the next chapter, but now the bookmark was on the same chapter. She was thinking, what to do now? So he didn't mind. He is a great devotee. Uh, He doesn't require variety like we require variety in Krishna consciousness. He can create variety within that chapter. So he spoke the same chapter again, but with so much of variety that everyone in the audience was feeling, wow, the same chapter and in such a variety. So he spoke the class, the same chapter, changed the bookmark to the next chapter, closed it. We'll meet tomorrow, goes away. The next day comes, opens it, the bookmark is on the same chapter. So, okay, Krishna willing, he begins the same chapter. Every single day, till the last day, seventh day, he spoke on the same chapter. Which chapter? Krishna is teasing Rukmini. And no one in audience complained, क्या प्रभु जी दूसरा chapter लो करके. Because the way he spoke was very special. So the last day, it was the last day the temple was supposed to be open. So he closed the Bhagavatam. He forgot that his last day he should carry the Bhagavatam with him. So he went away, all the devotees went away. And finally, then he came to the river where he had to cross the river and go to Guruvayur now. He suddenly remembered, hey, I have forgotten Bhagavatam. The book is supposed to be mine. I should take the book again. So he returned back. By the time he returned back, there was no one in temple because the temple was officially locked. So when he came, it was all pitch dark, but he saw some light in the temple and he saw some conversations happening. So intrigued, he peeped through the keyhole and he saw, what did he see? Vyasasan, Bhagavatam, but not empty Vyasasan. Lord Shiva, Bholenath is sitting on the Vyasasan and giving a Bhagavatam class to his family and his devotees. And who are they? Parvati, Ganesh, Kartikeya, and all Bhuta Ganas sitting in the class. And Lord Shiva is giving the class, Bhagavatam class. So, wow, what an opportunity. He sat down there and he was like, kept his ear near the door and was hearing the Bhagavatam from Lord Shiva himself. And Lord Shiva was speaking on the same chapter. So he heard the whole Bhagavatam. In the end of Bhagavatam, Lord Shiva said to Parvati, so, how was my class? And Parvati said, very nice, but not like Pundanam's. And Pundanam is hearing this, what she is saying. And Lord Shiva said, yes, this devotee is so special. The way he is absorbed in Krishna Katha and is speaking Krishna Katha. He didn't know, but it was me. I was changing the bookmark again and again because I wanted to hear him speak the same Katha with so much of nectar of different varieties. I just couldn't go ahead. I wanted to hear the same Katha every day. So this was all going on, and Pundan was in ecstasy. He fainted there. What is this that I am speaking Bhagavatam and Lord Shiva himself, Parvati Devi herself, they are hearing my Bhagavatam. So our acharyas mentioned that how great demigods like Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are also eager for Krishna Katha and they are eager for association of devotees. Satsang. Satsang means association of devotees. So we regularly wish to come together to hear, to chant together, right? I was just mentioning the other day that there is a lot of fun in eating Mahaprasad, to chant, to dance, to hear kirtan, practice devotional service. But there's much more fun when it is done together, right? Prasad, you can eat prasad alone, but if you eat with devotees, so much of nectar, sharing the prasad and all. And similarly, if you want to chant kirtan with more and more devotees, it becomes ecstatic. So association of devotees, that kind of, it's like a, again, it's like a swimming pool, you know. You're feeling very hot, then you enter into a swimming pool, you feel very cool. I was hearing Shubhila's Prabhu Ramayana lecture. He was mentioning very beautiful point. He was giving the example of Kala Jamun. Okay, how many of you eaten Kala Jamun? How many want to eat Kala Jamun? I will reveal a secret. I just ate one today. Amsupriya Mataji cooked one Kala Jamun for all of us, so I ate. So I remember the story of Kala Jamun. She was mentioning Kala Jamun if you want to prepare, those who know how to make Kala Jamun, you have to, it's like a roll. You have to make a ball of the ingredients. It's a white ball, and you have to then fry it and make it black. And no one likes black, right? It looks like a fried or charred. Who like to eat a black? So almost like the nice ball, whichever whatever it ingredient is, it goes in the ghee or whatever, it becomes completely pitch dark, pitch black, full black. And that black kala jamun then enters into a sugar syrup. After staying in sugar syrup, that kala jamun gets a big value. Everyone runs after that kala jamun to eat, right? Without sugar syrup, who will eat kala jamun? It becomes a black thing only. So Shubilas were mentioning a beautiful point that while staying in this material world, we get deep fried like a kala jamun. Originally, we are spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna, full white. We come in the material world, deep fry. But when we enter into the sugar syrup of association of devotees, then that kala becomes a kala jamun. And it carries weight, it becomes very nectarian. She was mentioning we should always make sure that we enter into sugar syrup of association of devotees and we get that special taste in our life like a kala jamun. So that is the greatness of association of Vaishnavas. And Srila Prabhupada would often acknowledge that how um, many times this devotee satsang or devotee seva is inbuilt within the culture of Bharat Bhumi. Srila Prabhupada was in Kenya, and Prabhupada was the initial days of preaching in Kenya. Kenya is in West Africa, and when Prabhupada began a temple in Kenya, Prabhupada said, "Now I have temples all in all the continents. Only Africa was remaining." So Prabhupada established temple in Kenya. So initial days, Brahmananda Maharaj was preaching there, and when Prabhupada was called there, Prabhupada decided to go to different houses to inspire people to become devotees. So there are many Indian people who are settled down in Kenya. So Prabhupada had, just like in Surat, if you remember, Prabhupada had a very grand reception in Surat. Prabhupada went for a few days, and such a reception. Prabhupada was walking on the road, and people were throwing flowers from the houses, and they were having all band baja and everything. The whole city had come out to welcome Prabhupada. And they were all saying, "Prabhupada, please come to my house, please come to my house." Prabhupada said, "Well, I come to your house if you become life member." And there was a big number of people waiting for becoming life member. So the Prabhupada comes to their house. So Prabhupada came for 1 or 2 days, but Prabhupada ended up staying for almost 20-25 days because there were so many people. So Prabhupada would go, visit house for 10-15 minutes, they would offer some prasad, Prabhupada ate little, and he went to the next place. And all the devotees ran after Prabhupada, all his disciples, Unique. So Prabhupada has same experience in Kenya also. So there was one family, the family was Prajapati family, the surname. And that was the last family Prabhupada had to visit in the evening. So by the time Prabhupada came to their home, after visiting all homes, it was quite late in the night. And they really wanted to feed Prabhupada and his whole entourage of disciples with a big feast. So Prabhupada said, it's too late in the night, now no more eating. So they said, okay, okay, Swamiji, we will not feed you anything. But Swamiji, you should take milk. Milk is good at night. So Prabhupada said, yes, I agree with that. Bring milk. So they bought the milk. And as soon as Prabhupada was about to drink the milk, it was very hot. Prabhupada said, Swamiji, milk is plain milk. I should have puri and milk. Puri is good with milk. Prabhupada said, yes, that's also good. So puris came, hot piping puris. So Prabhupada dipping puri in the milk and eat. Prabhupada, puri is there. Sabji should also be there. Prabhupada said, yes, bring sabji also. And everyone is getting milk. Then puri came, sabji came, and along with sabji, some other thing came. Everything, the whole feast came. Prabhupada ate little. But the devotees were very happy. They ate a lot. And then when everything was done, then they showed Prabhupada the whole house. Then they took Prabhupada and opened the bedroom. Prabhupada, very nice bed. Take rest here. So all the disciples of Prabhupada were so tired eating prasad. They all thinking it's a good place to sit, sleep. So they convinced Prabhupada to take rest. And Prabhupada actually took rest the night there. And everyone, all Prabhupada disciples were all sleeping in different corners of the house. They had a good time. And Prabhupada got up in the morning, woke up, come on, get up, Mangalarti time. And then everyone went to temple. And Prabhupada on the way said, this is culture. From little, they took over everything on us. They wanted our association. We were just taking, we were not supposed to take anything. But they very beautifully, they said, Prabhupada, just milk. The milk came. Prabhupada, puri and sabji. This is the culture. Vaishnava Seva, Vaishnava association. It's within the culture to serve devotees, to associate with devotees. So this is something which we get, many of us get through traditionally in our culture, to serve devotees, to welcome devotees, to be very happy when devotees come to our house, and to have association of devotees near us. And Srila Prabhupada's mercy, now we are having association of devotees all over the world, right? We have here, in this part of the world, you go any part of the world, you can get association of devotees. I was in Guyana just recently, and I was sitting in the room, and the program was about to start in Temple Hall. And someone knocked me on the door. I opened the door, I saw two young boys. I said, hey, what are you doing in Guyana? And they will say, Prabhu, what are you doing in Guyana? And these two boys, they grew up as small children in the compound of Radha Gopinath Temple, ISKCON Chowpatty. ISKCON Chowpatty is a compound with a lot of tenants. So we have one building behind our temple that's called Aram Chawl, and there are few tenants. And these two boys, they were born there. Their mother and father raised them. Eventually, mother, she became devotee. Then she took initiation from Radhanath Maharaj. But unfortunately, she got a cancer and she passed away. And I always saw these two boys running around playing cricket. And then after that, they were not interested in Krishna consciousness. Then they became interested, and they came for many of our youth programs, youth yatras. And for last 5 years, I had not seen them. And here I see these two boys in Guyana. तुम क्या कर रहे हैं इधर? तो प्रभु आप क्या कर रहे हैं इधर? Come inside. I made him sit down. I said, tell me how you came here. He said, we don't know. We did not know anyone in Guyana. We'll tell you how we came to Guyana and other thing. But we were just walking on the market, and suddenly we saw devotees chanting Hare Krishna, and they're distributing flyers. And in that flyer we saw ISKCON Chowpatty Baladev Das coming to give a lecture. So they'll like, is it the same Baladev Das who was in Chowpatty? How can he be in Guyana? So then I asked, how you are here? It's after a mother died, then we had to do something. So father had a contact in Paraguay. Paraguay? South America. So we went for a business there. Didn't much work. We came back, pandemic started. And then my father had a contact in Miami, a businessman, his friend who deals with perfumes, and he sells perfume in Guyana. So we are coming here for business. So we are here since last 2 months. We did not know who is who here. We did not know devotees are there. And now we saw your name on the flyer, and you came here, Prabhu. So thank you very much. And the first time ever after 2 months, they had nice prasadam. I connected them with devotees there, and even now also they're going regularly. And this is called as Association of Devotees in Guyana. So everywhere you go, we have association of devotees. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada, thanks to the whole parampara that we have this facility anywhere you go in today's world. We can always access the wonderful association of devotees. So, this is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means it gives us an oasis in this world, which can be difficult at some times, or many times, or for some people, all the times. Different as per our karma as we go through, right? So, as Srila Prabhupada once said, material world means try more, get less. Strive more and get less. And Krishna consciousness means do minimum and get more, right? Do minimum and get more. One time, one guy saw a new restaurant. So he thought, let's go and try on this restaurant. So he went inside and said, the waiter came, yes, sir, what do you want? So, what's so special and unique in your restaurant? And the waiter said, we have a special bhaji. What bhaji is that? This bhaji is called as Bhopla Kismis Bhaji. You know, Bhopla is pumpkin. And Kismis is raisin, right? Bhopla Kismis Bhaji. और पहली बार सुना नाम. Yes, bring it. Get some roti also. So the bhaji came and the roti came and he was eating. And he was eating and thinking, अरे भोपला मिल रहा है, किसमिस किधर है? The whole bhaji was full bhopla. There was no kismis in that. So after eating the bhopla bhaji, he called the waiter and said, what is the name of sabji? He said, bhopla kismis. So where is kismis in this? There is kismis. Where? Baba, as much bhopla we put in bhaji, that much kismis we have put in the bhaji. He didn't understand. He said, one bhopla and one kismis. So material world is like after eating one bhopla, you get one kismis. Many times you have to strive so much to get happiness, and that happiness is like kismis in that, right? Bhopla, kismis, sabji. We many times eat chuda. In chuda, you get one kismis after eating so much of chuda, then one kismis comes. So Prabhupada said, material world means strive more hard, and their happiness is very less. But spiritual life is you strive less and you get more. What do you get more? Prabhupada has promised, Krishna has promised that you achieve the highest perfection of life to get place in the spiritual world where every word is a song, every step is a dance, where all relationships are very sweet and Krishna is center of all activities. This is a place where we all are getting a chance by the mercy of our Guru Parampara. Srila Prabhupada is giving a chance. This is the place we want to take you. Just join in, do our sadhana, and walk on the path. So Krishna, he is always trying to reciprocate with his devotees. And Krishna's idea is simple. He is not into how much you give, but what is the bhavana, what is the motivation, what is the intent. Content and intent. We look at the content, Krishna looks at the intent. One time, when Mataji was cooking in the kitchen, a small boy is her child. So, mother, can I go to temple? The temple was very close to the house. Said, go, why are you asking me? Okay, I'll go. Typically, children, they ask, sometimes they ask simple things also. And that can be a little annoying for the parents also. Should I go to the bathroom? Okay, you can go. So what should I wear after? अरे बाबा जो भी पहनना है पहनो मुझे क्यों पूछ रहे हैं? Something like that. So he was asking, okay, go. So he went, came back. But what I will do in temple? अरे बाबा you only decide to go to temple. Why are you asking me? Go and do something. Make a prayer. Okay, Mataji. So went back again, came. Mother, what should I pray? The mother is cooking busy. She has to concentrate and focus. So mother said, pray whatever you like. Okay, mother. Then he goes back again. But mother, what will I like? You tell me now, what should I pray? So finally, mother said, whatever today morning you learned in the school, from a teacher. Go and pray. Wow, that was a good idea. So a child comes in the temple, when Aarti is going on, the Pujari is doing Aarti, and a child singing. Today morning I learned A B C D in the school. So start chanting A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Now he's happily singing the kirtan as A B C D. Now that guy who is doing Pujari is thinking, what is this, A B C D क्यों गा रहा है? So now he cannot stop that aarti. So he has to complete the aarti, but he's like, and finally after blowing shang, he calls, what is this? Why are you chanting A B C D? What can I do? Your mother said, whatever you have learned in your school, we offer it as a prayer. So the pujari became very annoyed and just said, get lost from here. Why? What is this? You're chanting prayers like this. You should chant Hare Krishna. You should chant some special Yashomati Nandan. All those prayers are beautiful. Bhajans are there. What is this A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Go. So the child went to the home. Krishna spoke to the pujari. Why did you chastise that boy? Oh Lord, he is chanting A, B, C, D. Should chant Hare Krishna. So you chant Hare Krishna? Yes, my Lord, every day you chant Hare Krishna for your pleasure. Krishna said, what is that Hare Krishna? Hare, right? Krishna. That's also combination of alphabets. He's chanting A, B, C, D, you chant Hare. But I like the intent, the way, simplicity and out of devotion. He wanted to offer some prayer. He just heard from his mother, whatever you have learned, offer it. So Krishna said, I really loved his ABCD more than your everyday chanting of Hare Krishna. That's called Bhav Grahi Janardana. Doesn't mean that tomorrow we start chanting ABCD. But point what we are trying to make here is Krishna likes the intent, not the content. So Krishna is called Bhava Grahi Janardana. He is always very eager for the bhav in which we do. More than what we do is how we do, the consciousness. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We have one devotee in our temple, his name is Sudha Prabhu. He is very well known for his humorous and witty things. What is ISKCON? ISKCON means is KC on. Is your Krishna consciousness on? That means Krishna consciousness is more important than any other thing. So here it is. We are all practicing Krishna consciousness while we offer our prayers, offer our sevas. We should also equally concentrate on how we are doing what we are doing, because ultimately Krishna will look at the simplicity and the devotion aspect of our service more than the volumes of service we do. Yes. I like to also speak on regarding this point of Bhavgrai. Let me tell you two more stories before we end. I'll take you down to Pandharpur in Maharashtra. How many of you been to Pandharpur? How many of you want to go to Pandharpur? It's a very beautiful place. Lord Vitthal stands there, Viththala, who is standing on a brick. Vitevari Ubha. Vit means brick. So Krishna is standing like this on the brick. Why? Because he's waiting upon his devotee who is very busy in serving his devotee parents. And then he told, Krishna, can you wait? I am serving your devotees. I have read from your books that should you like when your devotees are served. So Krishna said, okay, how long I should I wait? I just finished the service. Meanwhile, you can stand somewhere. There is nothing much to stand, good place. Just throw a brick. Krishna, please stand on this brick. So Krishna stood there, and Krishna waited till he finished the devotee service of his parents. He came back, and Krishna said, I am really loved the way you serve your father and mother. So what do you want? I am just pleased with you. Krishna, when I was serving my parents, I was watching the beauty of you standing on that brick. I want to always remember you in this form. Is it possible that you stay with me in this form? Lord said, no problem. So Krishna remained there as a deity of Lord Vitthal since then. And Rukmini also came searching for Krishna, so she also stood in the same position like this. And they both are there even today, standing in Pandharpur. And all the great saints of Maharashtra, they mention that while Krishna is standing with his hands on his hips, he's also mentioning, please come to me, please come to me. When you come to me, what will happen is ocean of birth and death, which is so deep, so unfathomable, the water will become this much only, right? Again, swimming pool, water is there. When the water is not shallow, water is not very deep, even if you're not good in swimming, you can go inside, right? You don't have to worry. इतना ही पानी है ना. So the ocean of birth and death becomes this much. Krishna is saying, come, come. It will become this much only. You can walk over and go away. So there are many devotee saints in Maharashtra. So Tukaram Maharaj, then Namdev, Narhari Sonar and all. I'll tell you a story of Namdev. This happened during Namdev's period. Namdev was a devotee before Tukaram Maharaj. Even before the whole arena of Gyaneshwar and all that great personalities appeared, before that. So Namdev was staying in a village called as Mangal Veda. And in that village, there was a prostitute. She would always go and dance in the court of the Badshah of that time. So she got a daughter. The daughter, small little child, grew up. And she would see that in that village, Namdev and all the different saints would come together and do kirtan, special Varkari style kirtan. She was very attracted. Even though her mother and the whole family or whatever clan they had, it was not a very good profession, but she always had a special interest in watching those kirtans from very far away. And one day she saw, when she was a teenager, that everyone is coming together and walking towards some place. So she asked, where are you all going? Oh, it is a very important time coming, it's called Ashadi, where devotees travel on foot called as Dindi, and they go to Pandharpur walking to see Lord Vithoba. So she would hear this every year, and one day she felt I should also go. So while the whole Dindi was going from her village, she asked one devotee, can I join you? So she said, well, if you join, then everyone think what she is doing here. But he knew that she is a very nice girl. She has a deep desire. So, okay, you can come, but keep little distance from the group, but walk with us. We'll take care of your needs also. So she in this way traveled. She did not know who is Vittal, never seen. But just by associating with devotees, she knew that this Vittal has to be someone important. Otherwise, why this guy is, every day coming doing kirtan and then walking to. So she went walking with this whole group in that association, every day doing kirtan, taking prasad, transformation in the life. She is the daughter of a prostitute. She reached Pandharpur, and in that line she went and she saw the darshan of Lord Vitthal. And that was the eye opener for her. She became so mad after Lord Vitthal, she decided, I will not leave Pandharpur at all. She remained in Pandharpur every day, just drinking the beauty of Lord Vithal's beautiful face and form, and she would serve all the temple. Should all the yatris would come, and she would compose bhajans. And her desire was that I should always be in Pandharpur, not go anywhere. A very simple girl, a teenage girl, and she was staying there. Meanwhile, at this house, the mother came to know that my daughter has not come from Pandharpur, and this information reached Badshah. And Badshah was waiting. Now, this mother is now quite old, retire her. Now, the young girl should come and dance for me. So, when Badshah came to know that the young girl is no more in the village and she has gone to Pandharpur, he became very disturbed. What is this? How can she go to Pandharpur? What she is doing there? She should be in my court dancing for me. So, Badshah sent many soldiers to bring her forcefully back from Pandharpur to his court. So as the soldiers came to Pandharpur from very far away, this girl, her name was Kano Patra, she came to know about this. She became very disturbed. That means they are going to drag me to a profession which I don't want to go. I'm going to lose my Lord Krishna here. So she ran. She ran inside the temple, and amazingly, The temple that time was closed, but for her, all the doors opened, everything, And finally, she caught hold of Krishna. I forgot one important detail. Sorry. Let's go reverse. So when Kanopatra came to Pandharpur, when everyone was going to take darshan of Lord Vittal, she said, "Oh, they come to see him? Is he God? He's standing like this. Looks very black. Is he really God? Let me test him." So as everyone was coming towards the darshan, all the whole people, in Pandharpur, you can easily enter into the altar and even touch the feet of Lord Vittal, even today also. So when she came, she decided if he is really a person, I'll catch hold of his feet and press it hard. That will give him pain. If it gives him pain, then he will shoo me off, then I'll understand he's a person. Otherwise, he's a deity. So Kanopatra came and she really pressed hard the feet of Lord Vittal so much that she had put her hand on Vittal's feet. And that hand, as she was holding, entered into the feet, created impression in deity. And Lord Vittal smiled. Why you are testing me? I am here. See, I am smiling at you. So when Kanopatra heard the conversation of Lord Vittal and she opened her eyes, she saw there is the impression of her finger in the feet, deity's feet. Even today, if you get a photo of Lord Vittal's feet, just watch, observe. There will be a small hole in the feet of Vittal. That was Kanopatra's hand, fingers hole. So Krishna has kept that impression intact to show the whole world that people tested me and I showed them that I reciprocate, right? So she approached Krishna as a person. Let me check if he's a person. And Krishna revealed that actually I am a person. So Kanapatra can continue to stay in Vrindavan. So again, now we forward. And she is worried that she will be taken away from Vittal. So she runs and she holds the deity's feet. And she sings a very beautiful bhajan. It's a very famous Marathi song, Nako Devaraya Anta Tapahu. So she's saying that, oh Lord, please don't let me go through this very ordeal thing, where I'll be dancing for someone else. I want to be with you. And if you think that these guys are going to take me away, before they take me away, let my life be gone away at the lotus feet of your, at your lotus feet. And really, while singing that song, Kanopatra, holding the feet of Vittal, left her body. And everyone who came, the pujaris were thinking, my goodness, this is something which we would have dreamed also. We would dream to have such a gati, perfection, where someone leaves body at the feet of Vittal. So the soldiers went away because it did not get anything. The ladies died. The pujaris knew her background. What is her background? That she is coming from very not a auspicious family, good culture. But because she died at the feet of Vittal, which not any great saint so far, no one has got this chance. So within the temple premises, they did a samadhi of Kanupatra. Even today, when you get down on the line, from the line, the big line is there. You climb down, and as soon as you climb down, the first thing you visit is the samadhi of Kanupatra. And amazingly, when they did samadhi of Kanupatra, from that samadhi, a beautiful tree grew. This is like many centuries ago. That tree is not living, but the tree's whole trunk is still there. So now the tree is covering in such a way that when you go away, immediately when you come down to temple hall to the darshan, you have to hold the tree and then go down there. That means you get blessings of Kanopatra before you go to the blessings of Lord Vittala. So here we see how Bhav Grahi Janardana. Krishna did not see which family, what was her background. Krishna saw her devotion and gave her the gati which actually many great people would love to be having that perfection. But she got it. And she became from a very ordinary family, a prostitute family. She went on to become a great saint, Saint Kanopatra. So this is called as Bhavgrahi Janardana. Now I'll tell another story of Bhavgrahi Janardana. This is from the life of Pandavas. So when the Pandavas were in exile, right? How many years? For 14 years, right? 13 years. 12 years plain exile, and last year was incognito, Agyatavas. So during that time, they all were doing different roles in the kingdom of Raja Virat. So Arjuna had to become eunuch for 1 year. She became Brahannala and she taught dancing skills to Uttara. Draupadi was the servant of the queen. Yudhishthir became advisor of the king. Bhimsen was the kitchen in charge. Nakul and Sahadev took different roles of horses and taking care of animals of King Virat. So that time, Bhimsen, he got a desire that I want to learn music. I want to learn music. So now the battle of Kurukshetra got done. Yudhishthira became the king, and now everything was settled down. So Bhimsen thought, I see in my family everyone is a good musician. Draupadi sings very well, she dances very well. Yudhishthir Mara also sings. Arjuna, wow, he dances so nicely, he sings so nicely. Nakula Sahadev are also very good musician, but I Kala Akshar Bhais Barabar, like I don't know music. So I'm going to learn music now. So he arranged for the best person to teach him harmonium and Sangeet Kala. And that guy was thinking, my goodness, that's a big task now. If he doesn't learn, what will happen to me in case he becomes angry? So he gave him a basic lesson. He said, you learn this. Once you complete this lesson, then I'll come for the next lesson. And in this way, he ran away from that place. Now Bhimsen would take the harmonium and then he would sing. Now his sound was little loud, right? And he was singing. And because it was not proper tal, proper lay, it was like, out of all. If someone sings and if he's not in proper tal, what happens? It's very difficult to concentrate, right? So Bhimsen, when he would start doing his musical lessons, in the whole palace, no one would able to concentrate on what they were doing. Draupadi would not able to concentrate on cooking. Yudhishthir Mara was sitting on the palace and giving judgment. He would not able to concentrate to give judgment. So everyone thinking, Arey Bapre, how long this will go on? So every day, 1 hour, he would sing. And he would, Bhimsen thought that I'm doing good. Everyone thinking, my goodness, who will tell him? Yudhishthir Maharaj said, I can't tell him. If I tell him, he will become very upset. Arjuna said, me, I also cannot tell him. Nakul said, I no chance, we are young brothers. So everyone said, let's ask Draupadi. You go and tell him. Or you do something by which he either he stops or he does something else. But we should not allow him to do his all riyaz and practice in the palace. So Draupadi just one day went and said, what is this Bhim saying? You should know if you want to do something, there is a unique, there has to be for everything, there is a place to do it. If you want to eat food, you can't eat anywhere. You would go to the Prashadam hall and eat Prashad, right? You feel like eating Prashad. If you want to and do this activity, cooking activity, it has to be in kitchen. If you want to do some seva, then it has to be in this place. Everything has a designated place. You are learning music. Is this the place, the palace? You will not learn quick. You need a place which is very beautiful. It's in surrounding with the nature. Sit down there with birds around you and do all riyas. So you learn fast. So Bhimsen said, wow, that's a brilliant idea. So Bhimsen took his harmonium and went out the palace to look for a very beautiful place in the nature. He found two beautiful hills. And in the middle of the hill said, this is a good valley, not Silicon Valley. Harmonium Valley. Sat down and sang Kirtan. Now everyone in the palace was very happy. Chalo acha Hari bol. Let him practice as much as he wants. And now Bhimsen was practicing in the valley. It was like echoing everywhere. No? So one time Bhimsen while practicing saw a shepherd. He came there like this. So Bhimsen thought, Arey, I am singing. This guy got attracted. He said, my music is good, see, right? You came all the way to hear my music. So said, not like that. I came. So why you came? She was very afraid if in case something he says, Bhimshan becomes angry and he starts pounding him. What happened? Why you came then? Said, well, I have in my flock of sheep and goats one donkey also. So somehow or other my donkey got lost. And when I heard this sound, it looked like my donkey was braying. So I came to this place to see my donkey is here. And Bhimsen, like, he was so simple, this, he just mentioned what he came for. And Bhimsen realized, oh, is it like that? And that's why they pushed me out of the palace. So Bhimsen got upset. They didn't tell me, no one gave me feedback. What is this? Devotee should give feedback. But how can they give feedback? Because before the feedback, they are worried about something coming back. So Bhimsen learned his lesson in a very in a unique way. So he came back, he kept the harmonium, said, I am not going to sing anything. And you guys never told me why where I went wrong. So I'm not going to talk to you. And Bhimsen went to his room, closed the door. So Yudhishthir Maharaj thought, abhi kuch karna padega. Let us give him a task, but I will forget his worries. So Yudhishthir Maharaj knocked the door. Bhimsen opened. Yes, I have very important work. We need the help of Krishna now. I want you are Vayu Putra. Go with full speed to Dwarka and tell Krishna that Yudhishthir Maharaj is waiting for him. This important decision has to be taken. Go and call him. Bhimsen said, okay, I'll call afterwards. Oh, today evening he should be there. Bhimsen closed the door. What is this? Anytime he's giving order, I am now not a good mood. So Bhimsen thought, let him do this. So he just slept for some time because he was in high anxiety. And he slept and actually forgot Yudhishthir Maharaj's order. By the time evening came, Bhimsen realized, my goodness, whatever happens, by Yudhishthir Maharaj or Raja, he is my elder brother. He has told something to me, I should go. And I forgot. He was so much in anxiety. He opened the door to run to Yudhishthir Maharaj to tell him, I am very sorry, I did not go to Krishna. So while he was thinking and repenting, I did not go, he was praying, Krishna, please save me. Yudhishthir Maharaj will be very unhappy. Krishna, Krishna, he was chanting Krishna's holy name. So when he came to Yudhishthir Maharaj, he saw Yudhishthir Maharaj sitting with Krishna. And Krishna told Bhimsen, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is very nice. He came so fast from Hastinapur to Dwarka. And therefore I came here. And Yudhishthir Maharaj, whatever I tell Bhimsen, he always executes. He is my very loyal brother. So Bhimsen is thinking, I never went to Dwarka. How come Krishna came here? He was confused. Anyways, he went back to his room and thinking, last 2-3 days, all confusing things are happening in my life. Harmonium and now Krishna. And after some time, Krishna opened the door and came. Bhimsen, Krishna, I never called you. How can you say that I came to Dwarka and called you? You did call me. Is it? When I called you? Just before coming to Yudhishthir Maharaj, you chanted helplessly, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So Krishna told him, all these days in your harmonium practice, you are chanting Krishna, Krishna. But I never came. But now you chanted Krishna, I came. The reason is I don't require a harmonium. You may think that I require a very lot of skills to call me and then I'll come. Whether you know harmonium or you don't know harmonium, the best part is when you chant helplessly, and that's the time I will come. So Krishna told Bhimsen, when you're chanting my holy name with harmonium, I didn't come. But now without harmonium, when need of hour, you really remembered me intensely. I came. So this incident shows that how Krishna, we're talking about Srila Prabhupada says, material world is strive more, get less. Krishna consciousness, strive less, get more. And Krishna is Bhavgrahi Janardana. He is looking for less. Less is what? The intent, not the content. The intent did not be a very big intent. Intent is simple delivery of trying to please Krishna. Trying to please Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada would often remember. That old Bengali lady coming to Radha Damodar temple with a pitcher of water from Yamuna. And Krishna says, she is doing pure devotional service. And Prabhupada talked about her 2-3 times in his class. And Prabhupada said, she will go back to world. What service she was doing? Bringing one pot of water from Yamuna. And Yamuna is not some miles away. Yamuna is very close to Radha Damodar. Just with every single day dragging that pot, bringing it so that it could be used for Abhishek or Radha Damodar. The founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, the pure devotee, was attracted by his simple service. And this service she will go back to world. That's called the content be there, but intent is more important. Whether we do big, we do small. The most important what consciousness we do, that takes a relevance. That's more important. Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So many things to speak, but time is not in our favor. We'll end here. Thank you so much, Radha Vallabh Prabhu and Mataji. And Radha Vallabh Prabhu, if you want to add something, he is our host. Radha Vallabh Prabhu is so full of so many stories. You do not know. Radha Vallabh Prabhu, whenever you presentation in Radha Gopinath temple, you may not know Radha Vallabh Prabhu's one aspect. Many of you may know about his very good cooking. But before he became a good cook, he was a great scientist. He used to give scientific classes in ISKCON Chopati. So he used to make khichdi for Radhanath Maharaj and prasad for Maharaj. And in Bhagavatam class, he would put a projector and give scientific classes. And one day Radhanath Maharaj sat in that Bhagavatam class and said, I have never heard anyone speak scientific things so simply. And Maharaj meant, it is as simple as his khichdi, which I like. So that is one aspect which I learned, that a simple person, but he would also give a scientific class. And I also got chance to know Hamsupriya Mataji today. She was born 5 years. She came father. They became devotee. Father and mother, very nice devotees, Ahmedabad, and she grew up in. As Ahmedabad ISKCON was growing up, she also was growing up along with that. And then she came to this part of the world. Father also was here. Is also here. And then how she's serving so nicely. Now both of them are serving in the special department which everyone likes, Prasad. So I can say proudly, not proudly, I can say one that ISKCON Chopati's loss is San Jose's gain. We are missing Radha Vallabh Prasad. The first thing I came and said, Radha Vallabh, who cooked? Mate said, he has cooked. Wow, after a long time, I got chance to eat from Radha Vallabh's hand. So thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji, for hosting us. And thank you to Shankaranand Prabhu and Govind Priya Mataji and Premanand Krishnanand for getting me here. And thank you to all of you for coming. Today is a weekday, but you all came and came to attend a satsang program. Thanks for that. Yes, Radha Prabhu. Oh my God, 4 questions. But you tell me how long, Radha Prabhu? 2 minutes. So I will speak all the content, the intent. Maybe I'll give the answers in coded language. 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes for each. So question should be also for 30 seconds, then, huh? Question should not be for 2 minutes. Sometimes questions are 2 minutes question. Like yesterday I went to our program, one devotee said, Prabhuji, I have a question, but I have many questions. I said, पहले ही बोलिए 4-5 क्वेश्चन साथ में एक साथ. Yes, so we start where? Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. My question is, like you said, the example of Kanupatra, how she was listening from the sadhus
Devotees,
and he got attracted. We see a similar thing happening. Narad Muni, Gopi is also hearing. But they are hearing in a special way, which definitely I'm not. So how should we hear? How should we associate with devotees? What the main components there?
Yes, their hearing was very special. Maybe our hearing is not so special. But Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Practice tu kaunteya. So we practice. So while we hear regularly, eventually we'll also graduate in hearing. For undergrad, we become graduate, then PhD. So if we keep hearing, then slowly our hearing will become intense, better. Because what we are hearing will make our hearing more better, right? What we are hearing will make our hearing more better. We are hearing, our Krishna consciousness will improve. And so many things we hear, but some one thing or two things which we hear during classes that may create a revolution in our life. Prabhupada also heard only once. Beginning, his spiritual master told, preach in the English language. And Prabhupada gives his whole life to that one instruction. Right? One instruction, his whole life. And the spiritual master told him, I have seen him. He hears very nicely. He does not go away. So Prabhupada's spiritual master saw that quality of hearing, good Shravanam. So when is good Shravanam, then all the process of Krishna consciousness also comes. Shravanam is good, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, all activities are also ultimately they become better because we know now what to do, how to do. Okay. 2 minutes. Oh yeah.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful class. Couple of quick questions. One is like
Questions. Yeah, start with one.
basically, do you have like a lecture list compiled somewhere of all the Dham darshans? I mean, I've seen the classes during pandemic. I remember.
Yeah, the Purushottam Mass
Yeah.
online Tirth Yatra.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that.
30 days, na? You just go on the YouTube
Okay.
and just type online Tirth Yatra and still it doesn't come, then online Tirth Yatra, just put my name. So when you put my name, then all the names come there.
Okay. And
That is holydham.com. HOLYDHAM.com.
and just next question was, when are you basically conducting yatra for Guruvayur and Pantarpur?
Adavalappu knows. He's now going to tell you when the next yatra is.
Hare Krishna.
You come, we'll take you, don't worry.
Mataji has one question.
Yes. There is one question there also, right? You also have one question there. Yes, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. So Prabhuji, I was reading Dhruv Maharaj's story in Bhagavatam a couple of days back, and I was amazed by the points which Srila Prabhupada mentioned, that, as you mentioned, I was contrasting, like, usually we know Lord as Bhavagrahi Janardhana, whereas here he did not see the Bhava, rather he saw the service. That was very important because he had motive of material gains. But
Yes.
here, because he was a 5-year-old boy and he went to do austerities in the, so there he took the service rather than the bhav. So he would take the best, even out of the lot, he would take just a little, the little thing which you did good, he would even pick up that good thing. So that was really contrasting and very beautiful. He got the destination which only pure devotees get. Like he got to,
Dhruv Maharaj, right?
yes,
Ah.
yeah. So but he had a material desire, but he got that destination because Lord did not see what motive he had, rather he saw just the service, that what a 5-year-old boy can do, so much austerities at this age. So that was really very enlightening, and I felt, yes, it's not just the bhav. He will pick up even the little thing which you might have done good, although you might have polluted material motives, right? So that I wanted to share that.
Thank you, Hari Bol. Great, thank you very much. Oh, she went away.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hari Bol.
as you're sharing with Dham and more pastime, that was wonderful. Prabhu, the question I have is like in pastime you share with Devaki, you seeing the Krishna's childhood, and then Rukmani ji came. And so today when we go to Bed Dwarka in Gujarat, there is also a deity in Bed Dwarka where they says Rukmani ji worship this Krishna form. So how that is connected with Vayur,
Okay,
Guruvayur
that's
and
another deity.
another.
That's another deity. Udupi Krishna is another deity which Rukmini worship. It is said that 16,100 queens of Dwarka had 16,100 deities of Krishna worshipping. Some of them are now. One is Guruvayur, one is in Udupi, and one more in Kerala. These are 3-4 deities we know about. There are many that deities are not yet manifested. Like even the this Udupi Krishna deity, right? It got manifested only because of Madhvacharya, right? From the Chandan it came. So it means after 5,000 years back, the deity, just 1,000 years back, Madhvacharya came and so there are many deities like that, and some of them are hidden, some of them are not manifested. In due course of time, Krishna will manifest them. So this is so there is also another deity which Devaki worshipped, and that deity Devaki got when she was Sutapa and Prishni. They were doing penance to Lord Narayan, and they asked 3 times that, "Oh Lord, we want you to be our son. Please, we want eagerness. Please, please." So Krishna said, "You asked 3 times. 3 times I will become your son." So first he became Upendra, Lord as Vamanadev. Then second time he came as Prishni Garbha. Third time he came as Vasudev. So that time Lord Narayan told them that you worship this deity. So they had a deity which they worshipped in as Aditya and Kashyapa. Then as Prishni and Sutapa, they worshipped the same deity. They came back to the deity was, after they left, the deity went away. But again when they came the next time, again the deity came to them, along with Krishna coming as his own son. And finally during Vasudeva and Devaki also the same deity they got and they were worshipping. And that deity also is somewhere, I don't know, remember which dham it is. So there are many deities like that. Just few of them we know. Or I can say few of them I know. I can't say I know everyone, every deity, but some of the deities I know about. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the lecture. I think so many jewels in your lecture today, but one of the things that really struck me is how powerful the deities are. And we go to temples so often and we start to sort of take them for granted. Like they're there, and of course, we go and bow down and all that, but how to, I mean, it's really mind blowing the way you explained the amazing, miraculous things that happen with the deities in our history. And so what should be our attitude when we are facing our deities?
Yes. You experience when you go for yatras, when you go first time and see the deity, you're so excited. Wow, what a deity it is. And then if you have to go to many places on the same day, and every time you offer opens, you just offer it like a hand, like this you offer opens like a hand and come up. Because so many places you offer obeisance, so many deities are there, and finally it becomes a number one. Number one, chalo, Raval ho gaya, Nandagaon ho gaya, Barsan, tick, 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 tick. But sometimes, if you see a deity form, and you just see, and then sit and hear about the deity, then you understand, my God, I didn't know. This deity belonged to this devotee, and this is how it has come. Then again you want to go and see the deity, and now it's a different way you see the deity. So while we see, it's very important to see, but most important is to hear about that deity or hear about the personality. Not just deity, the personality also, right? If you want to, um, if you go to a place of an acharya, you do not know who the acharya is, but you hear about him and then you go to the place. That whole visit just completely transforms. We are into so much of prayers. So the most important thing when in Krishna consciousness is to hear. Again, we come back to hearing part. When we hear, when we understand. Therefore, our Krishna conscious process is not to see with eyes, but it is to see with through our ears. Right? We see through our ears. When we hear, then we see. Hmm. So hearing is important process in Krishna consciousness. And therefore Srila Prabhupada's unique ISKCON methodology is when you come to temple, for every program you have to hear. Our understanding of temple before we came to ISKCON was what? Go in temple, ring a bell, see the deity, offer a donation, In 10 minutes you're out of temple. Right? That's what everyone thinks. And you are coming to ISKCON temple, someone asks you, your friends or relatives, where are you going? Some temple. Which temple? ISKCON temple. So we are going to come back after 3 hours. Are you crazy? 3 hours? What are you going to do 3 hours? ISKCON temple is like that. You come, go for any program, minimum 2 hours. So before prasad comes, then you have to pay a bill. But the bill is also sweet. Then you chant, offer prayers, arti, and lecture for 1 hour. So Prabhupada has made ISKCON as an educational institute where we get educated of not just seeing, but what we see, who that, seeing through ears, that is important. That's how we see as, for very important, Krishna consciousness movement, we have hearing as very important. Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita, you can count how many times Krishna says, here, here. Arjuna has been hearing 18 chapters. And still Krishna in every chapter is saying, please hear. Just imagine if I'm giving a class to all of you. Every 5 minutes, say, so please hear. Please hear. You say, Prabhu, I'm already hearing. Why are you saying please hear? But Krishna is when he says, please hear, he is telling all the audience along with Arjuna, now something special. Now hear this, hear this. So hearing is very important. Krishna repeats that you are hear, hear, hear. Even in 18th chapter, he says five to six times, hear. And Arjuna has never said, hey, why are you saying here? I'm always already hearing. But Krishna builds that whole suspense. Okay, when he's speaking, now hear from me. Okay, something special is going to come and Krishna delivers. So hearing is an important aspect for us, and therefore we spend a lot of time hearing, and then based on hearing we learn Krishna consciousness. Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All of you ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So first of all, again, thank you, Baladev Prabhu, for this quick visit to Bay Area, and thanks to Sankrant Prabhu, Mataji. Where is Mataji? Just taking up the kids, Govind Prem Mataji, and illustrious sons, Krishnananda, Premananda, for bringing Prabhu here all the way from Sacramento. I just wanted to thank each of you also, because just a quick notice, and we sent out the invite, and there is a nice response, and thank you for coming all the way. Some of are close, but some devotees have drove quite far. Baladev Prabhu, Sanat Prabhu introduced in the beginning, but few of you are not here. I'll just speak again. He is what do you call in the cricket, all-rounder. बैट्समैन बॉलिंग सब कर लेंगे, फील्डिंग कर लेंगे, विकेट कीपिंग भी कर लेंगे. So Prabhu was so whichever department temple would be kind of neglected and leaders may not want to take interest in taking that project, he would happily take that and make it so exciting that others would like to be part of it. That's like book distribution in Chowpatty. I mean, we are distributing a lot of books during marathon and all. Sometimes, many times we came number one also in India, right, Prabhu? But book is not so charmed, it was not so charming. But Prabhu took it and made it really exciting. And like he is going to Kenya, like you were saying, father's family is from actually Kenya and other places.
I knew that.
He is going to Africa to preach, because Kavichandra Swami came once to our temple. He was saying, "Oh, Brahmachari is going to US, other places. Nobody coming to Africa." He started going. So that's something really attracts me to this personality. He just takes up projects where people don't show interest and makes it really, really, and he puts his lot of hard mind and organizing. He will not try to take people from here and there and just make it happen. He will create his own team. And fantastic. As a manager, fantastic. And I'll just tell one Maharaj, because we put the post on the RNS group, right, for invite. So I'll just tell one pastime, Prabhu. When you're joining ashram, his parents were saying, no, no, no. All parents says no. But the problem is the parents are also devotees. So Maharaj had to listen to them. And then father was telling Prabhu in front of Maharaj, brahmacharya life is very difficult. Total surrender. You cannot do that. Because father, son, they know each other. So he was saying, I know you. You cannot do this. Then he consisted. No, I'll do it. So finally, he was allowed, and after many years, he joined. And then Maharaj gave some sound system service like yours. He was doing. Then Maharaj said, this should be like this. Then Baladev said, Maharaj, I think it is not possible, difficult. Then Maharaj says, your father already told. Then he just immediately ran, started fixing things, and it just worked fine. Anyway, so thank you for coming. And there are many things. We have little less time. We'll have a short kirtan. Who would like to lead kirtan? The kids, they're doing the best. So Premanand Prabhu will do a little kirtan, and Prabhu, would you like to sing?
They'll sing. They're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you can sing. You can sing. They'll play mridang, and somebody will play kartal.
Hare Krishna. Huh? आप करताल दे दो.
Kartal will give. Yeah. So His Grace Baladev Prabhu ki jai. Hare
शिला
Krishna.
प्रभुपाद की जय. छोटा कीर्तन. छोटा कीर्तन, नॉट बड़ा कीर्तन. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Shri Varadev Narsingh Dev Hayagriv Bhagwan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Sabba Punyamatam Rajan Vishwashunyavajayate Sharira Vidyaja Jorindriyata Heka Jive Fele Vishaya Sagare Taramata Jivayati Lobho Maisu Dharmati Takhe Jita Kotina Samsare Krishna Baradoyamai Kori Bara Jiva Joy Saprasadana Dilo Bhai Jani Mai Jani Tai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Please join for prasadam, then the pots.